Hello, my name is Claire Macmillan and I am a co-deputy director in the Clean Energy and Climate Change in BEIS legal department. I work for the government legal department and my job involves things about clean energy, climate change, net zero, COP26. Outside of work, I really enjoy things like gardening, I enjoy sewing, I enjoy being outside as much as possible. I enjoy pretty much a whole variety of things, lots of community stuff. Quite get involved in climate change activities locally, which I find really, really enjoyable. Aside from that, I have anxiety and depression. I've had this for many, many years, probably about 20 years, I would say now. At the start, it wasn't diagnosed. It wasn't really talked about. It certainly wasn't talked about at work. But as my career progressed and I became more and more senior, I realised I was coping less and less well with having this thing hanging over me and not talking about it openly. And over time, the symptoms got worse and I had a bit of a mental breakdown. And it was one of the most scary things. It was scary personally, thinking, would I get better? It was really scary talking to work, thinking, would I ever be given, hard, difficult law to do again? Would I be put in some kind of special category of people who have to be kind of treated in a different way? And I remember feeling absolutely petrified about talking with these things. But what I did find is once I had the courage to speak up about these things, and the more and more I did it, the better and better I found my working environment. To the extent now, I feel really comfortable talking about it. I feel really comfortable talking to other people about how they can talk to others about their mental health and where they're at. And that's something that I think all of us, regardless of how healthy or otherwise we are with our mental well-being, should be encouraged to do. So recently, we've been living through a global pandemic. It's been exceptionally tough. In our team, I think we had, at some point, we were looking after 18 kids under the age of 10, between 17 of us. We were doing elder care. Some of us were very lonely. Some of us were very isolated. Some of us had far too much to do. We were doing EU exit negotiations. We were doing COP26 work. We were sorting out COVID. And I was a leader. And how did I have to lead through this? I reached out for support from my peers, from people around me, inside and outside of work. And my mental health really took a dip at this point. It was really, really hard. I spoke to my GP. I reviewed my medication. I spoke to my boss. I got support in place inside and outside of work. And I coped. I more than coped. I'm back. I'm me. I'm thriving through it. There's nothing like a global pandemic to make you feel what's important. And within our team, we kind of had a bit of a mantra, which is objective 1, survive the global pandemic. Objective 2, look after yourself, your friends and your loved one. Objective 3, do excellent work. There's no top trumps about mental illness or experiencing life at the moment. You don't have to have the worst experience to feel that I'm not okay, or I'm not coping, or things are feeling hard. So my top tip really is to look out for the people around you, particularly when we're doing all this stuff remotely and it feels so clunky in some ways, to ask, just take that time to ask, are you okay? Are you really okay? Are you fine, or are you just pandemic fine, which is not fine at all in all sorts of ways? So sharing and reaching out for help when you need to is something that I've learned over time that is the best way for me to feel that I can thrive and I can be myself at work. So this is Claire, and this is me.